Now, if you're a collector like me and you don't have too much money to spare, always finding something antique that you collect for a really good steal of a price is always welcome. And so let's get this open and check it out. Now, this could be either a bust, you know, when I call it a bust, I mean it's something I took a chance on because it was so cheap. I couldn't resist, but it could be something that's like terribly awful and sort of like a waste of money. But my God, what did they use? Teflon Don tape? Jeez Louise. Can't even get through here. Oh, there we go. Okay. So like I said, this could either be bad or it could be very, very bad, or it could be just okay. And maybe sometimes you might get something that's even more extravagant or wonderful than you thought it was because you had a low anticipation. You know, you usually get what you pay for. And this, I only paid $8.99 for. Let's find that scissor. The seller sent me an offer. It was sort of a sleeper. They didn't really know what it was. I put it on my watch list and they sent me an offer. And it was an offer I couldn't refuse at $8.99. So it could be, you know, the pictures were terrible. And I took a chance on it. And I'm hoping it's going to be better than what I'm expecting. And, okay. Oh, here we go. And we got more plastic. And this is going to probably take 10 minutes of my time to just get this out. But he packed it pretty darn well, I have to say. All right, so far, what the hell is it? And if you watch my channel and follow me, you've probably seen 1,000,001 of these. But I can never resist them, especially when they're at a good price. Let me just get this mishmash out of the way so we could really inspect it and see what the heck we have here. Okay, it's another one of these little dance purses that are sort of compacts and coin purses all in the same, made out of metal. And it's actually in much better shape than I thought. And in the pictures, it looked really, really ghastly, to be quite honest with you. His pictures really made this thing look like a rusty old barnacle, and it's actually in better condition than I thought. Because 9 times out of 10, these little dance compacts are all dented up. Because ladies would just drop them down on the table, and they would get smashed in the corners and bumps and all sorts of things. So let's open it up, and if we can, and see what kind of condition it is. And the reason why I really wanted it, believe it or not, even if it was a bust and this thing was all, you know, dented up and damaged, it was because of this. This right here is the holy grail of compact, well, antique and vintage compact collecting. This is Swan's Down, an original Swan's Down puff. Now, this was made probably around between 1910 and 1915. And so to have the original Swan's Down puff, which they don't make anymore, and it's not made from swan's feathers, it's actually goose feathers, but they called it Swan's Down. They don't sell these anymore. And if you can find them, wow, it has its original ribbon. Look at that, guys. I'm trying to get a better focus on this. Hold on. Yeah, to find this is the holy grail of compact collecting. And it's in fantastic, like fabulous condition. Look at that. Holy cow. To buy just one of these little Swan's Down puffs, sometimes a little tiny little one like this, $30 to $50 easy in this condition, just for a replacement to your compact, your antique or vintage compact. Now, what's really cool about this is the mirror. The mirror is not cracked at all, and it's actually quite clear. Over the years, they get silvered. And when I say silvered, you'll see spots on the mirror. It's in good shape. This part was to hold calling cards, generally. And sometimes you can even fit cigarettes in here, but for the most part, it's too flat to fit cigarettes in here. So this would have probably held calling cards in that side. Over here, we have the little spot where you would put most likely a quarter or a nickel and a penny or a dime. Not sure. Now this is really cool because this part has a little hinge, and let's try to pop it up. And this is where the face powder would have been kept. What's even cooler, guys, is this. The original celluloid notepad. Don't know if you can see this, but a lady would have used a pencil to actually write little notes on here, and she could erase it with her pencil and reuse it over and over again. Look at that. You see the little lines and striations in that? Celluloid was made to emanate ivory, and ivory had those little lines in it that you see here going up and down. So this is really a huge, 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 actually yeah, it's a victory to get this for $8.99. Original Swans Down. Holy cow, this is quite cool. Really amazing. What I am going to do, I'm going to try to clean it. Now, this is silver plate, I believe, and I'm looking for markings on it. Generally, most of these will come in German silver, silver plate, or gold, or sometimes brass. Now, the holy grail of collecting these are to try to find it in, of course, gold or sterling silver. The sterling silver ones and the gold ones sell for the most and are worth the most. Now, the German silver was not real silver, actually. A lot of people to this day think German silver is real silver. German silver is actually just mixed metals, and they called it silver, but it was really not. Made in Germany. And pretty much, yeah, German silver is just a disappointment all over. A lot of times you'll see it, it's like a rusty old barnacle. This one, I suspect, actually may be sterling, and I'm looking all over for the marks. I'll be back and I'll let you know in a moment. Okay, so I haven't been able to find any markings of the metal content, but you do see right here, right smack dab in this little clip, there's a logo here. Don't know if you could see it very clearly. Let's try to zoom better. And it looks like WHS. I have it upside down. Let's check it out again. It looks like it says WHSCO. WHSCO. So the CO is company. So WHS company. And they did make a lot of compacts, actually. And a lot of them were made out of sterling silver. Since we don't see silver content, we can't say for sure. But I can do a little silver test to see. But I'm going to hold out and say I do not think this is sterling. I could be wrong, but generally something this old would have had tarnish on it if it was silver. Unless, well, there is tarnish here. But I could do a silver test. Maybe I'll do that and be back and let you guys know. But what I am going to do is I'm going to clean this with Simichrone really fast. And let's see if these little spots come off of it. Generally, German silver, when you see those little spots, it does not come off. And it will actually have those little blackened dots all over it. Pretty much, you can't really get that off. But this is a real beaut. So let's come back, take a look at it before, and then we're going to see it after the Simichrone. All cleaned up. I didn't clean the inside. The inside's in pretty good shape. Turns out, not real silver, but it is silver plated, although not marked silver plated. Look at the shine. Okay, so if you guys ever want to clean stuff like this, an all-around best metal cleaner is Simichrone. You can see the shine that's coming off of this, almost like a mirror-like finish. We do see some spotting from the silver plate actually through the metal. You know, the metal actually underneath the silver plate is showing through. But it was like that before. But much, much cleaner and shinier now. Look at this. Again, like a mirror finish. And again, they call these sometimes ménagères or nécessaires. And a ménagère is a type of purse that was almost like a piece of jewelry in a way. And a nécessaire was something that would hold like things inside it that were necessary, especially for a lady, like cosmetics. And all sorts of things could be placed in here, again, like I showed you, such as coins and calling cards, sometimes notepads like you saw. It's missing the pencil. It would have probably came with a little pencil that you could have placed inside of here. But let's go over really fast. What do these type of things sell for? Again, if it's sterling silver or gold, it's going to sell for the most. Since it's only silver plated, not as much as the others, but I'll show you some other examples. This one is monogrammed, which is quite cool. LM, and it looks like B. So maybe her name was Lily. I like to try to come up with the name for the person that once owned this. I guess Lily Marie Brown. I don't know. You tell me in the comments below. What was this person's name? Let's get a little creative. And as you can see, this one is way more fancy. And this one is sterling silver. And that's the type of prices that these things would sell for because it's sterling silver. Another example right here, dated 1913. $145. It has dings, dents, and scratches. And this was made by the same company, WHS and Company. And why can't we get a focus on that? There we go. That's another idea. And let's check this one out. Oh, it's the same one. Sorry about that. And we keep going to the same one. But then that's basically what you get. You get, better prices for sterling silver than like if it was brass or if it was actually silver plated. These actually, the cool part about these is that you can find them in all shapes. Some of them more larger than others. Some of them with different types of insertions inside. And you can see here the lady once wrote on that little celluloid piece, much like mine. You can find them actually in all different kinds of metals, some of them engraved, some of them not, some of them more fancier than others, like the other one we just saw. And again, here's another example of the different designs you'll find in these. Mine is more plain because it was just, it didn't have any kind of little designs going through it. It was just plain with a monogram on it. But this is German silver, which is not real German silver, but there you go, $120.73. Do they sell for that price? Because that's just what someone's asking for. Yes, they do. They're highly collectible. Here's an interior of another one. And you can see the different types of pull-out pieces. Some of them held rouge in them. Later on they did. The earlier ones just basically held coins and notepads and stuff like that. As you get towards the Deco era of the 20s, then you'll find them with little spots where you could put rouge or powder in them. The earlier ones, such as this, that didn't hold powder or makeup in it, actually, that's how you can sort of date them as earlier. Again, probably about 1910 to 1915 on this one. The later ones of the 20s would have spots for rouge or face powder, have spots for makeup and cigarettes also. As the, decade progressed on in the early 20th century, women got more daring and carried makeup in these cases. But originally, this was just more so for a few coins, writing stuff down, maybe adding some hairpins in it and whatnot, and to check their face, with the mirror. And that was the earlier pieces. So once again, I hope you learned something. And we'll do another episode of Ghetto Antiques Roadshow soon. So long.